Hi, my name is Joseph from Mental Health Europe, and welcome to the Beyond the Label series. In this episode, we're going to be discussing addiction with an expert.
My name is Dominique. I'm from Munich. I work in mental health for 10 years now. I have my own enterprise. I'm a writer, I'm a speaker, and the motivation why I do all this is that I have 15 years of lived experience with various mental illnesses. One of them is addiction, and I really want to change that and how we talk about this whole topic.
It's great. And could you start off with telling us what is addiction?
Addiction is a mental illness. In the past, it has not necessarily been seen as one. In the past, it was more like you're weak or you just cannot pull yourself together enough. But nowadays, we really see that it is a mental illness. And it's really a substance or something, some form of behavior that controls part of your life, that controls your everyday life, that you use as a form to regulate yourself. And you do not necessarily do that because you want to, because you feel like it, but because there is an inner voice, there is an inner power drawing you to. If it's a behavior or like for me, it was alcohol, it's not really your choice, but it's so deep in your system that I knew that it wasn't good or healthy to drink, but I just couldn't avoid it. I just couldn't don't not do it because there was something so powerful in me. And many people that have an addiction describe it something similar. But it's really, you do not control if you do it, if you consume it, but it's kind of outside your control. Yeah.
And how would you say someone would be able to spot the signs of addiction? How do they know it's addiction and not just sort of maybe they're drinking a little bit too much or something like that?
So one question I like to ask is just imagine me taking it away from you for like 4 weeks. So you're not allowed to drink for 4 weeks or to use your phone or to shop or whatever. What does it do to you? Is it a bit uncomfortable, but you think, yeah, I'll manage 4 weeks, I can do that? Or is there like an inner rebellion saying, no, no, I can't do that. No, 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 please don't take it away from me. So this is one of the signs is you can also spot, have I tried in the past to stop it or to do it less and it hasn't worked, although I really had a plan, I really wanted to do it. Are there any negative consequences on your life, on your social life, school, work, on your health, on your financials? So are there any areas in your life that are really suffering because you're doing it or you're showing this behavior or you're consuming whatever? And for me, these signs, they have been there. Nobody ever taught me that this might be some warning signs, but these are just some examples where you can look at. For example, for alcohol, it's not necessarily the amount. So, I mean, many students, when they go off to university, spring break or whatever, the amount they drink in a week, you should send them all to a rehab clinic. But no, of course, they're not all of them addicts. So you cannot really say, okay, somebody drinks 2 beers a day, that is healthy, and 3 beers a day, that is not healthy. It's more, what is the function? Why am I consuming? What am I trying to avoid? So more the mechanics that lie behind.
Okay. Yeah. And then once you figure out sort of that you are addicted, is it hopeless? Will you always be addicted, or is there something you can do about it?
There's definitely things you can do about it. There, it really depends what you're addicted to or from. So for me, it's kind of easy. I say it like this. It was a long way, but nowadays, a life without alcohol is possible. If your addiction is with something else, a behavior, for example, with shopping or whatever, you have to continue to shop for clothes or for food or whatever. So it really depends a bit. But most of the times it's not really, for me, it wasn't about alcohol, it was what alcohol did for me, and I had to find other solutions. I had to find alternatives for the things that alcohol did for me. So I had to build up my confidence. I had to get a whole set of skills and tools in therapy so that I can then let the alcohol go. So you really have to see what is behind. Is there maybe another mental illness that you're just trying to cover up with the addiction? So maybe there's depression behind that and you have to focus on that. Especially when it comes to drugs, there might also need to be a change for change in environment, that you have to change the people, because with alcohol, then you go into the clinic and you are there with sober people and everything is fine, but then you go back home to all your drinking friends and you're immediately back in your social circles. It can make it harder to really stay sober. So sometimes there is the need to really have bigger changes, but I can definitely say it is possible. I am sober now for more than 7 years, never been more healthy and happy. I know it sounds cheesy, but I don't want to sugarcoat it. It was a long way. It was a lot of relapses, a lot of learning, but it was worth it. So I would really ask anybody who's having somebody around them or maybe being affected by themselves, you don't have to do this alone. You get help if you want to repair your smartphone, or if you want to learn an instrument, you can get help for that as well. And there are professionals out there that can help you along the way, help you step by step. And it's definitely possible. There's so much you can do, and it's so worth it.
That sounds fantastic. And then, are there any sort of final thoughts or tips that you would give to people who are concerned that they're struggling with addiction?
I mean, it's so easy to always like talk it down, and it's not that bad. I did that for years. I really, in my mind, I had everything under control and I wasn't really addicted. But this was just the addiction inside me, because the addiction, it wanted to live, and something in me knew that it wasn't right. And I wish I had the honesty or the strength to say earlier on, no, something is not right here, and I'm going to trust my gut instincts. I'm going to talk to somebody about this. So this is really, I don't care who you talk to, maybe not ChatGPT, that might not be the best solution in all the cases. If it's a friend, if it's a hotline, if it's a emergency chat, but really do reach out and maybe just get a second opinion, and say to some I'm concerned, so this is how much I drink, this is how much I think about it, what is your perspective? It can be a friend or a relative in the beginning, but really it doesn't serve you, your health, the people around you, if you're just trying to not see it. It's not your fault. It's not that you didn't do enough yoga or whatever. Addiction is an illness, and there's reasons, many factors, but if you had a physical illness, you wouldn't just blame it on yourself as well. So these are the steps that took me too long. And if anybody out there from this video gets the courage to take the next step, that would be awesome.
I think that's lovely. Well, Dominique, thank you so much for chatting today. And we'll talk real soon.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
We hope you found this video useful. If you're in need of support, you can find various resources on the Helplines map of the Mental Health Europe website.